Hello everyone, my name is Kinjal Shah and today I'm going to give you a presentation on chapter 2, Cascading Style Sheet and JavaScript. Moving ahead on the second slide, purpose of CSS is Cascading Style Sheet or CSS allows you to specify styles for the visual elements of the website. It helps us to keep the information content of document separate from the details of how to display it. The details of how to display the document is known as style. So what I'm trying to say is the details of the document which we are trying to display is called a style. So anything which is displayed in a manner which presents us is called style. Style specifies the appearance of particular page element of the screen. If the website is large, repeating the tag, just a second, repeating the tag every time becomes tedious and time consuming. So if the website is large and there are like repeating tag every time, then it becomes tedious. It's like very time consuming and it's like very slow. So it depends upon the size of website that how big it is. What is syntax of css? The syntax of css consists of special symbols known as rules. There are specific sets of rule which we need in css. A css rule has two main parts: a selector and one or more declarations. The selectors in the HTML elements on which you want to apply the style. Declaration consists of a property associated when the HTML elements used in selector and its corresponding value. So selector and one or more declarations. So there are selectors and declarations. So the selector in the HTML elements on which you want to apply the style. So selector is something in the HTML on which you want to apply the style. So what I'm trying to say over here, you are the selector in the HTML elements and you want to apply the style on that. So this page is something about that. The general syntax of CSS is defined as selector, property, value. So what is this? The general syntax of CSS is defined as selector. So remember this thing, this could come in exam. So remember this point, general syntax of CSS is defined as selector. We can easily and CSS using we can easily and CSS using composer. Okay, I would like to highlight something over here. CSS style rule. This is the slide in which there is like all the rules of the CSS. So you can review this page in your textbook and have a look on that. Here is like you can select any of them, which position you want. You want left, you want center, you want right, top, center, bottom. These are like radio buttons which we studied in chapter 1. What is radio buttons? I guess you all are clear with the radio buttons now. So this kind of radio buttons are there in which you will select which ones you want. This is a background page. Over here you can enter your color, which image you want to put, what's the title, everything you need to know. Then I have explained that this is the color code which you can enter over here, so it would appear in the box. These are the borders. Over here you can see that top, right, bottom, left. You can select any borders which you want and it would preview in the preview box. It's all about, you just need to review these pages in the textbook and let me know if you have any other questions. I'm happy to answer that. So what are advantages of CSS? We can say that CSS allow us to set the format of the website without changing the underlying structure. So CSS allow us to set the format. What is format? We studied in chapter 1. Format is something which is like structure, and it allows us to set that in website without changing an underlying structure. By separating the layout and the format properties of the website from its underlying logic structure, we can make changes to the website without the fear of accidentally. So we have fear of something that by mistake will change something, will mess up something in the website while accessing it. So this is something which would protect us not to change that stuff and have our website as completely safe. The web designer's job is made easier as to change the style of elements. He only needs to make notifications in CSS files. So web designer job is made very simpler and easier these days because of n number technologies going around in the world and latest technologies coming day by day. So their job is basically now getting easy by getting different kind of technological stuff. So that's what I'm trying to say over here. Since we have to set the style for each element only once the CSS has less code compared to that in the HTML. So CSS has less code compared to any other stuff in the HTML. Using CSS makes website designing quick and efficient. So CSS is the tool which makes website designing quick. So you can design your website in whatever way you want, and it becomes like a quick and efficient. Disadvantages of CSS. So there are, as we all know, if there is advantages of something, there would be definitely a disadvantage. Without disadvantage, there is nothing possible. There are always two sides of a coin. So we'll now go on disadvantage of CSS. The CSS compatibility varies with different browsers. So CSS don't have compatibility with all the browsers. It has compatibility with only specific kind of browsers. So that's the issue. This means some of the style sheet feature that are not supported by the browser and the style cannot be displayed as a user design. So maybe there could be a time where you all are trying to access a game or a website or something, and due to some reason you are not able to access it, and there should be an error coming, or you are not able to see what actually the content is. It's coming like in an incomplete form. So that's something which I'm trying to mention in this point too, that there are some missing features in the browser in CSS which cannot be displayed. This is some kind of error, glitch, anything we can say. But nowadays the latest browser versions are more standard compliant and compatibility issues has reduced. But as I told you, we are moving in a different era. Like everything is coming, technologies are developing, new things are coming every day, things are getting easy. So this kind of issues are also reducing. Like I have seen this thing that before 5 years, before 7 years, when I was trying to access internet, some websites I was seeing like lots of mistakes, lots of problems. I was not able to see like a whole complete document. But now that thing has reduced like a 0.01%, let's say that. Before that I was like 20% of the time I was not able to see the complete document. So what's JavaScript? JavaScript is scripting language that allows you to add programming aspect to your web pages. So JavaScript is a scripting language. You all know, right? It's a scripting language that allows you to add programming aspect to your web pages. So what is web pages? Web pages contents of programs. So what's programs? Program is something in which you'll write the script is enter, and then you'll able to create the program, and because of that program the web pages are created and you are able to access that. Netscape developed a JavaScript. So Netscape is something which developed JavaScript. Scripting language is a simple lightweight programming language that does not contain the advanced programming functionality of language like C and Java. Excuse me. JavaScript is used in web page to improve the design and validate the form. It adds interactivity HTML pages and is inserted directly into HTML code. So it is inserted directly into HTML code. It add interactivity. Today, most of all web browsers like Mozilla Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer supports JavaScript. So I guess you are familiar with all this Explorer stuff like Mozilla Firefox, which we say that Mozilla Firefox is the fastest browser in the world or something like that because it reduces your download speed and something like that. I'm not very sure about that, but I heard about that, so I just wanted to let you know. Then Chrome, Safari, and Internet Explorer support JavaScript. So these all are the browsers which support the JavaScript, and it reduced the number of glitches which is there in the website. Using JavaScript of the web page no longer remains static but can include coding that allows interactivity with user control the browser and dynamically create HTML content. So it dynamically create HTML content, and web page no longer remains static. So it it don't hang on, like it keeps on moving smooth. So what's alert box? The JavaScript alert method takes a string passed to alert method as well as known as OK button. So what's OK button? Like OK button is very common for us that OK, I'm sure, let's press OK. So JavaScript alert methods take a string passed to alert method as well as known as OK button. So what I'm trying to say over here is before submitting anything, before completing any transaction, before doing anything, it asks you for confirmation, right? So let's say accept, okay, next, anything like that. It's like a alert box which are trying to like alert you for doing the stuff that you are going on the next page. You are going to complete this transaction. For example, let's say you guys are playing the games, and for the games you want to purchase something, you want to buy coins or something like that, then you purchase it by using your credit card. Then it asks you to press OK. It asks you to ask for confirmation to go forward. That is something called a alert box. And alert box is like syntax. This is the syntax for the alert box, that how we can create the alert box in the website. So that's it for the lecture. Any if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.